Recent warm weather has had the fish biting, and many anglers are reporting some big catches. In today's Outdoor Report, we're talking about all things fish, as well as how you can shape the future of hunting and fishing regulations. Wake Up Central Skot Covert has more.
Hey, good Saturday. It's time for another edition of the Outdoor Report. Trey, this warmer weather has me wanting a little bit of fishing time. I've been seeing some big fish coming out of Lake DeGray. Tell me about it.
Yeah, DeGray has been on fire. The last couple of weekends, a couple of weeks ago, consecutive weekends, double-digit bass coming out of there. Yeah, one of them was over 12 and one of them was over 11. So not just double-digit, but well into the double digits, not just 10 pounds. You know, DeGray is a lake that kind of went into a decline for a few years there. We lost the vegetation. You know, multiple regulatory authorities there. Corps of Engineers controls the water. We control, manage the fish, which can be a delicate balancing act sometimes. And there's been some decisions in the past that probably, if it were made today, might be done differently, right? So anyway, but we've been working with the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff and the Corps of Engineers to reestablish vegetation there, and we're starting to see some really good results. Also, stocking Florida bass in DeGray for a number of years now, and there's a lot that goes into that. I'm not going to get into a deep scientific dive, but these are some really nice fish, and we've been seeing this the last couple of years, Scott. It's like almost like clockwork. Into January, early February, you're going to see on social media somebody pulling a big 10, 11, 12 pound largemouth out of it.
Now is prime time. I'm chasing a rabbit here, so to speak. It seems like Game and Fish and UAPB have a pretty tight relationship. They're doing a lot of fisheries work.
Very, very good relationship. We work with them on a lot of projects. Of course, it is, they actually have a great aquaculture and fisheries program there. And Dr. Steve Lockman down there has been doing a lot of work with some of his students on the Little Red River.
That's right. That's what I'm familiar
for
with.
Brown trout, and finding out when they spawn, where they spawn, what are the ideal conditions for that. And so, I mean, of course, we're working with academia all the time. U of A, UA Monticello, I mean, the list goes on and on. But when it comes to fisheries, we do a lot with the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff.
Really important partnership, keeping the natural state natural. Okay, let's talk about something less sexy than big fish. Let's talk about rules and regulations.
Well, you can't get big fish unless you have the right regulations in place. Scott, this is the time of year when we do our regulations process. It's starting right now. It actually started at our commission meeting Thursday. Yesterday, we had a survey that went live at agfc.com. And that's the main thing I want to talk about today, is just encourage people to participate in that survey. But we do regulations on a biannual process. It's every 2 years. We used to do wildlife at one time of year and fish at another time of year. And now it's all been kind of pushed together.
Important to know.
Yeah, and so it's still relatively new. Some folks may not have gotten accustomed to us doing it that way yet. So it's going to be a couple of months. I mean, we put it out for public comment. Our commission will come back in March and kind of like, okay, this is what we're seeing, and they'll finally vote on it in April. And sometimes they even have to come back in May or June to tighten up some language or a date that slipped through the cracks that somebody didn't change or whatever. But it's going to basically happen over the next 2 to 3 months. And the main thing to remember today is that survey is live at agfc.com. There are many fish and wildlife regulations. Like duck season dates, like the opening date, or when to do the splits. And there's actually, I think, 3 or 4 different options that are presented there.
Everybody has an opinion on that.
It will probably be 25% for each one.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
That's what makes it hard. Managing the wildlife and fish are easy. It's managing the people that's
the hard part. It's managing the opinions of the people.
Absolutely. But I think we talked a while back. There was a guy that did a presentation at Game and Fish several months ago about spear hunting for deer. That is a potential regulations proposal that may be in that package.
So we're talking bag limits. We're talking fish everything.
Everything. And we're not changing every rule, but there's some. There's one to allow straight wall rifle cartridges for hunting in zones up in northeast Arkansas where we've only allowed pistol and shotguns in the past. And so Some of it is very nuanced stuff, but things like the duck season dates, and those are the ones that get a lot of comments. You know, and the great thing about the survey is you can answer every question if you want, or you can just cherry pick. Like, I'm a duck hunter, and I just want to fill out that part of the survey.
So you know, it's so cliche to say, like, let your voice be heard. Go to vote every election, but this is along the same lines.
It really is. And look, I don't want to give the perception that it's a popularity contest, that it's a vote. That's like, okay, if X number of people, if there's a majority that wants this regulation, not necessarily, but at least it gives our staff and the commissioners, of 7 folks appointed by the governor who ultimately vote on the rules and make them, an idea of what the public opinions are out there, and like how it might, we might not, they might not have considered something that somebody commenting brings up. Well, what about the unintended consequence if you do this and this could happen? So that's why we need participation.
That's why you need to go to agfc.com. We'll of course link to that on thv11.com as well. Good stuff happening out there in Arkansas. We'll keep you posted with all the happenings when it comes to game and fish, hunting and fishing all around Arkansas. We'll see you back here next week for another edition of the Outdoor Report.